Doctors are calling it a mental health reset button, a tiny mushroom that's helping people heal from depression, anxiety, PTSD, even addiction, in just 1 or 2 guided sessions. But here's what no one's telling you. This natural treatment is already changing lives across the world, and most people don't even know it exists. You could be just 1 session away from peace of mind and missing it completely. Let me show you what this mushroom is before the rest of the world catches on. Millions of people live with depression, anxiety, and emotional pain, and for many, it's not just sadness. It's a paralyzing fog that drains your energy, numbs your joy, and slowly erases your will to keep going. Antidepressants, endless therapy, side effects, nothing seems to work, and hope begins to fade. But what if the answer isn't in another daily pill, but in something ancient, natural, and surprisingly powerful? This small mushroom known as psilocybin, used for thousands of years in sacred rituals in Central and South America, is now at the center of a modern mental health revolution. But this isn't about tripping, it's about healing. How psilocybin works in the brain. When someone consumes psilocybin mushrooms, their body transforms it into psilocin, a compound that binds to serotonin receptors in the brain, especially the 5-HT2A receptor, which affects mood, emotion, and perception. But here's where it gets groundbreaking. Psilocybin doesn't just boost mood. It seems to reset the brain, interrupting toxic thought loops and allowing people to process trauma in ways they never could before. For many, it's like finally waking up after years of emotional numbness. Life-changing benefits. 1. Depression and anxiety relief. For people who tried everything, therapy, meds, meditation, and still feel stuck, psilocybin offers hope. Clinical studies show it can significantly reduce symptoms after just 1 or 2 sessions, and the effects can last for months. 2. Cancer-related anxiety. Terminal patients who face unbearable anxiety and fear reported overwhelming relief after psilocybin therapy. In some cases, peace and acceptance returned within hours and stayed for months. 3. Treatment-resistant depression. People who didn't respond to any treatment finally found relief. Psilocybin offered fast, long-lasting improvements, sometimes even complete remission. 4. Addiction recovery. From quitting smoking to overcoming alcohol dependence, psilocybin has helped people reconnect with their emotions, heal inner wounds, and break destructive cycles. 5. Post-traumatic stress disorder. While methamphetamine has shown promise for PTSD, psilocybin is gaining attention for its ability to quiet the fear response and help patients reprocess trauma with calm and clarity. Psilocybin, a game changer in mental health. Imagine a therapy that works within days, not months. One that doesn't require daily medication and helps you feel like yourself again, sometimes after just 1 deep, guided session. That's what makes psilocybin such a breakthrough. It's not a magic trick, it's deep emotional rewiring, rooted in science, guided by therapy, and changing lives every single day. This proof in a scientific research. In a landmark study at Johns Hopkins University, 27 participants with long-term depression were given psilocybin-assisted therapy. Within 1 week, depression scores plummeted, and many participants experienced relief that lasted up to a year. No daily pills, no endless side effects, just a few sessions and peace. This isn't about seeing colors or talking to trees. Here's what people say really happens. I cried, but it wasn't sadness, it was release. For the first time, I felt safe inside my own head. It was like I met myself again, without all the trauma in the way. I saw my pain clearly and I let it go. Psilocybin therapy helps people reconnect with forgotten parts of themselves. For some, it's emotional. For others, it's spiritual. But for almost all, it's transformative. But this therapy is not for everyone. This powerful therapy needs respect, supervision, and careful screening. Some people may experience a bad trip, intense fear, panic, or confusing thoughts. That's why expert guidance is crucial. In rare cases, it can trigger psychosis, especially in people with a history of schizophrenia or psychotic disorders. Psilocybin therapy should only be done in controlled setting with professionals. This isn't something to try on your own or at a party. But for millions who feel like they've tried everything else, this could be the answer. Psilocybin therapy is like a key, a tool that helps open emotional doors that have been locked for years. But just like any powerful tool, it must be used with wisdom, safety, and expert care. It reminds us that sometimes nature has solutions we've ignored, and that healing doesn't always come from a bottle, but from rediscovering ourselves. If this video gave you even a spark of hope, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe because you never know who might need this message today. And in the comments, tell us your thoughts. Could psilocybin be the future of mental health, or have you experienced something similar?